This is Larry. Will you please hold? Please hold for me.
Okay.
Rachel, it's me, Larry. Niece Rachel, it's me, Uncle Larry. Oh my God. We need to, actually, you may refer to me not just as Uncle Larry, but hashtag Larry Chang. Why? Because I always want what I know to be easily accessible to you in the same way or similar way that Uncle Andy, Auntie Siglinda, your mom and dad's knowledge are semi-accessible to me because I like to study. So, hola, good to say hi over YouTube. Thank you for reaching out. Okay. In the same way that I, as a supremely intelligent and uber smart person, mixed up you and Christina with who took the picture, who's in the picture, and the juxtaposition, that's what I want to focus on, is in front of the camera and behind the camera. Why do I say this? Because you're going to grow up as a pretty good looking human being. Now there's actually danger in that. Why? Because I should know, right? Because I was in danger. So there's two sides to the camera. There's the front side and the back side. And when people take your picture, you always want to give attention and focus. And you may not want to be in the picture, but you're gonna have to be in the picture and appear to appreciate being in the picture. On the flip side, pun intended, you're also gonna need to spend effort on the back side of the camera, on the flip side of the camera, because there's two sides to the lens. These things are important because it's as if you're not waiting to talk while you're listening. You're actually listening, so there's actually two sides to the talking equation, which also is a little bit why it's taken me so long to do this video, because it's not easy to talk about, because two sides to the camera is not necessarily a weird thing, but it's an advanced thing. But that's why you have your Uncle Larry. I'm not gonna talk to you like you're a kid. This is actually a conversation that I would have with super smart adults, which you may choose to be in the future. You may choose to be that now, which might mean you might have to rewatch this video to gather the knowledge that it kind of took me a long time. Two sides of the camera. Why is that important? A lot of people just see the one side of the camera, or they'll even say this, no, I don't want to be in a picture, which is just like saying F you because you don't want to be in a picture with me. Like, this is the highlight of my month, to be in a picture with niece Rachel, okay? And if you say no because your hair isn't perfect, okay? Or your skin tone's not great, or the lighting's not perfect, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody cares, okay? If you're better looking than 99.99% of humanity, you can't say I'm having a bad shirt day, or a bad phone day, or a bad any kind of day. Like, if people ask, like, especially for a picture, you're gonna need to say yes. Does this apply to everything? Not exactly, which is why this is complicated, because especially if it's a relative who's like, hey, will you be in a picture? And then you know how like annoying little kids are like, I'm here, take my picture. And then they have crap face on. Whereas you and we as attractive Homo sapiens, what we need to do is we need to say, oh, can I get a picture with my camera too? Hold on, don't leave yet. Especially if this is a relative, especially if it's like an older, smellier relative, okay? I'm gonna say it. I just said it, okay? You need to pretend, I'm gonna cry here. Our time with everybody, okay, is limited. That's why I sent that creepy card that was like, Auntie Helen, your nine white pole, your grandma, I'll see you soon, okay? Older people, their time is limited, okay? And this actually goes to time itself, which you're in school and you gotta learn stuff. I'm giving you free time by teaching you this, PQRST, okay? It's not a portion of the alphabet, it actually is an acronym. Look up that word. It stands for Preview, Question, Review, Read, Summarize, Test. So it's technically PQRRST, but the summarize and the test is what school is about. It's your teacher talking and then you listening and then you getting summaries and tests of it. So this is how it matters because it helps you with speed learning and then saving time, which is what this is. It's not a waste of 9 minutes, okay? It's actually you getting a bunch of free, awesome time. PQRST, it's not a waste of time, it's actually allocating time strategically, where you preview what the teacher's going to teach you. How many little kids, okay? Sorry if you're under 25, you're still a little kid, okay? I was your little cousin to Andy and Jimmy, and I was like over 6 feet tall, okay? I'm a giant, but Andy and Jimmy used to call me little cousin. So little niece, this is what PQRST is. It's previewing the lesson before the teacher teaches it. Your teacher will send you a syllabus or an agenda. That's what the teacher's gonna teach you. Most little kids, okay, they won't even look at it. They won't even look at it. They wrote it up. Preview what they're gonna teach you. Preview lecture 8, doing things that don't scale. Preview lecture 2, preview lecture 19, HCG, HFA, OTR. Preview lecture 19, ROTJ, acronyms, retire on the job. So then you question, hey, these are some of the lesson plans. I kind of didn't get these holes because you're actually reading ahead in the book. Also, so you're asking questions while you are reading a book. You're asking questions as you listen to the lecturer because you may not ask them verbally, but you will ask them in your mind. And now when the person's talking, you have a two-way conversation of the most boring teacher. You can even ask yourself, oh my God, how are you so boring with this? But that's a form of active listening. And you also want to take in a lot of oxygen versus this, okay? Or this, or any hand. Look at, I'm almost in an athletic position, listening. PQRST. The R is the read review part. That's the core of it. And then summarize is you're going back again for your third read and then test. So when you do PQRST, you will have read and reviewed and studied something 4 times, whereas everyone else is just barely doing it 1 time, which is why they get crappy grades. Does this take more time? A little bit more time, but you're just front end loading the effort. So that way your prior work has momentum for when the teacher doles out their knowledge in kind of boring format. That's almost your summary test portion of it, because by the time the lecturer or the teacher has said it, I already kind of know it. That's what PQRST is, and you can choose to not do it, or you can choose to do it, or you can laugh at me for juxtaposing you and Christina being front side of the camera or back side of the camera, when instead you should say, hey, thank you for making that mistake, because that was your first time seeing that. Whereas if you would have seen it 3 or 4 times, because we never see each other, you would have done better, Uncle Larry. So I myself am a practitioner of PQRST.